so honored to have in our midst distinguished individuals who are chatting transformative leadership in various aspects of our lives. In fact, we have our high-profile guests who are here. I'm not going to be doing the mentioning of their names yet, but before anything, I would like to introduce to you our former heads of department who have joined us here. We have here with us Professor Joseph Ayi, who is the former head of department. He served as head of department between 1995 to 2000. Please, can we give it up for him once again? We also have here with us Professor Kwame Boafo Arthur, former head of department. He served between 2002 to 2009. And we also have with us Mr. Kwesi Jonah, former head of department between 2009 and 2011. Here with us also is Professor Emmanuel Deborah. He served between 2011 and 2015. And then we have finally with us Dr. Bosman Eric Asari. Right. Thank you so much. At this juncture, we'll take an opening prayer from Reverend Professor Joseph Osafo. He is a resident minister at Rima Worship Center of Church of Pentecost, East Legon, and the head of department of Ghana. Please, let's take our opening prayer.
Thank you very much. Shall we have standing as we take an opening prayer? And Father, we want to thank you for another opportunity to be alive, to see what we are seeing, and to celebrate with our brothers and sisters at the Department of Political Science, University of Ghana. 60 years ago, a vision was birthed. Someone carried an idea of shaping Ghana's political trajectory and leadership. Men and women came together, shared ideas, and put together a department. 60 years down the line, various researches, ideas, theories, political practices, and views on how a nation as Ghana can move forward. These have been shared. Today we stand here to bless you for this milestone. Thank you for hard-working faculty members, leaders who work in this particular department. We're thanking you for the confederates, the Kwame Ninsens, Joseph R.A. Ayis, the M.A. Okweis, the Boafuatas, the Kwesi Jonas, the Deborahs, and the Bosmans, and all those who have worked tirelessly to bring this department thus far. As we stand on our feet and acknowledge your presence today, first and foremost, we are saying your name be praised. And now we pray and lift up this afternoon's program into your hands. And all the items slated, various presentations, well-wish statements, and all the others, we're declaring in the name of Jesus that everything shall be done to the glory of your name. We ask that the MC, the chairperson, and every activity that will take place today shall come under the influence of the Spirit of God in your direction. Be praised and be magnified as we begin this process. Thank you for 60 years. Today we are charting transformative leadership for global development. Inspire our thoughts, strengthen our resolve, give us a fresh vision for the next 60 years. Thank you, dear Father. In Jesus' precious name, amen.
Thank you very much, University of Ghana Jubilee Choir. Please, can we resume our seats? A very special welcome once again to you all. A word of recognition to some ambassadors who are here with us this afternoon. We have from the French Embassy, Dr. Florent Engelman. He is the Attaché for Scientific and Higher Education Corporation. Please, if you can give us a wave. Please give it up for him. We also have here with us Saivan Jensen. She is the Deputy Head of Mission at the Embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany. Please, can you give us a wave? Also, we have with us Alifas Barina. He is the High Commission of Kenya. Please give it up for him. We've also been joined by a representative from the British High Commission. He is a former student here at the University of Ghana and currently serving as a political analyst at the High Commission of the United Kingdom, Ibrahim Agoni. Please give it up for him. I definitely cannot do the introduction of our guests without giving special thanks to our faculty who have joined us here, wonderfully dressed in their 60th anniversary cloth and some in their fugu, which is our local art dress. I'd like to say a very special thank you to Mr. K-Trey Duku Frimpong, who is also here, faculty at the Department of Political Science. We also have here with us Mr. Stephen Ahiawodo. Please, if you can give it up for him as well. And here with us as well is Dr. Seidu Mahama Alidu. Please give it up for him. We have as well been joined by Dr. Evans Agredakun, who is Chief. He likes to be called Chief. He is with the Ministry of Parliamentary Affairs and also a faculty at the Department of Political Science. We also have here with us Dr. Lloyd George Edu Amwa. Please, if you can give it up for him. Here with us as well is Dr. Rosina Foley. Please, if you can give it up for her. We also have here with us Dr. Nene Lumute Kudicha. Doctor is indeed a student favorite. We as well have Dr. Idi Ziblim with us this afternoon. Please, if you can give it up for him. Dr. Emmanuel Yeboah Isiama is also here with us. Dr. Abdul Jalilu Atiku is also here with us. Dr. Agbevede Akpeku is also here with us. And then finally, we also have with us Dr. Joshua Zato. So we have almost a full house. The entire faculty is here with us. And of course, I can't do this without saying a special welcome to our students with the Department of Political Science. Pusa Pusa. You are most welcome. Moving straight, I would like to invite here now Dr. Mame Jechejando, who is the current head of department at the Department of Political Science. She'll be giving us the welcome address and introduction of the chairperson. Please give her a big round of applause as she joins.
Thank you very much for that kind introduction. Madam Vice Chancellor, Pro-Vice Chancellor, Provost of the College of Humanities, Provosts, Dean of the School of Social Sciences, Deans, Directors, Heads of Department, members of the Diplomatic Corps, members of Parliament and other government institutions, members of civil society and of the media, cherished faculty, alumni and students, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you all. I'd also like to acknowledge our colleague, Dr. Abdullahi Mohammed from the Department of Political Science. It is my singular honor and pleasure to welcome you this afternoon to the launch of the 60th anniversary celebrations of the Department of Political Science at this great university. Thank you all a million times for honoring us with your presence. On this historic and august occasion of our 60th anniversary, I salute all our valiant and indefatigable heads of department, faculty, administrative staff, alumni, and students who have worked tirelessly over the years and continue to contribute their quota to the progress and development of our beloved department. I also salute our university's management, past and present, and all our major stakeholders and funders, both local and international, for the roles they have played in our 60-year quest for relevance, excellence, and fulfillment. 60 years in the life of any individual or institution is no small feat, and I congratulate all who, in one way or the other, have made the Department of Political Science as great and impactful as it is today. The Department of Political Science is one of the oldest and largest departments in the School of Social Sciences and the College of Humanities of the University of Ghana. It was established in the 1961-1962 academic year with only 3 Ghanaians among a total teaching staff of 7. As a discipline, political science became part of the program structure of the University of Ghana in the late 1950s and was attached to the Department of Economics, with politics, philosophy, and economics as the main courses taught then. In October 1962, it became a separate department with its own head, faculty, staff, and students. Since then, it has trained thousands of students who have become leaders in their fields of endeavor, some of whom are here today. As we take stock of the last 60 years, we are resolute in our mission to continue to accelerate the high standards and quality of teaching that we provide our students, with the aim of fostering transformational leaders for national and global development. We are indeed also resolute in accelerating the quality of our research and the policy relevance therein, in order to remain the nation's premier department of political science. The department has been at the forefront of cutting-edge research in democracy, governance, and elections in Ghana and Africa, in public policy, and in international relations. It has also initiated and fostered partnerships with civil society organizations, especially with regard to survey research and capacity building of its graduate students. It has become an important player in the Ghanaian election survey field, where it has accurately predicted general election outcomes in 2016 and 2020, for example, through objective and scientific methods. Over the years, the department has felt proud of its students and faculty that have soared outside academia in public service. To encourage and nurture excellence in our students, the department has instituted 2 academic awards: the Right Honorable Professor Aaron Michael Okwe Award for the Best Graduating Female Undergraduate Student in Political Science, and the Department of Political Science Award for the overall Best Graduating Student in Political Science. As we look into the future, it is my fervent wish that the Department of Political Science not only maintains its reputation as the premier center in the contemporary studies of political science in Ghana, but goes beyond it to greater heights of transnational achievement by focusing on charting leaders that are transformative or transformational and that motivate followers and subordinates to do more than they expected for the sustainable development of their organizations, nations, and the world. It is my conviction that the department will continue to harness sustainable development, both local and global. I doff my hat to our distinguished forebears who spearheaded the successful genesis of the department and who toiled fearlessly to sustain it in the 1960s, turbulent 1970s, and 1980s. To our distinguished faculty members thereafter, I also doff my hat, all of whom have made the department what it is today, not forgetting our administrative staff. What it is today: dynamic, strong, and a pace setter in teaching and research in political science and its external influence and impact. On this auspicious and momentous occasion of our 60th anniversary launch, I salute all our faculty, administrative staff, and students, past and present, for their hard work and sacrifices that have brought us thus far. Once again, I am particularly honored and privileged to welcome you all and to thank you for joining us for this celebratory launch. Happy 60th anniversary, Department of Political Science, my alma mater. Hearty congratulations, and may God bless us all. Thank you very much. I'm also privileged at this moment to introduce to you the chairperson for this august occasion. Nanaba Apia Amfo, PhD, FGA, is the first female Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana. She is a professor of linguistics and an experienced university administrator with over 20 years' experience in the higher education sector. Professor Amfu has built her experience in governance through attendance of formal management and leadership programs, as well as on-the-job training. She brings a lot of innovation and resourcefulness to her leadership positions and is adept at change management. As Vice Chancellor, she's leading her university to uptake technology in all its operations while keeping people as the focus. She recently launched a $7 million digitalization program to enhance the experience of the university students, faculty, and staff. Professor Amfu previously served as the Pro-Vice Chancellor with responsibility for academic and student affairs. She also served as the Dean of the School of Languages and the head of the Department of Linguistics of the University of Ghana. Her master's and PhD degrees, both in linguistics, are from the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, and her bachelor's in French and linguistics is from the University of Ghana. She is a member of many prestigious societies and organizations, such as the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences, Commonwealth Professionals Fellowship, Alexander von Humboldt Foundation, German Academic Exchange Services, and the International Women's Fellowship Leadership Program. She's a Pioneer Fellow of the African Humanities Program, AHP, of the American Council of Learned Societies. She currently serves as an assessor and a mentor on that program and has recently been elected as the inaugural president of the African Humanities Association, an offshoot of the AHP. In 2021, Professor Amfu was the recipient of the GUBA, meaning Grow, Unite, Build Africa, Nanaya Asantwa Woman of Enlightenment Award. So that is the GUBA Nanaya Asantwa Woman of Enlightenment Award for her resilience and work in academia, which has created knowledge, built confidence, and broken down barriers to opportunities. I am delighted to have her as chairperson for this occasion. Please join me in welcoming our Vice Chancellor, Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfu. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam HOD. Thank you for your kind introduction. This protocol list is going to be a tough one, and so permit me to abbreviate that. I see very many big men and women here in this hall today. Our guest of honor, Right Honorable Professor Aaron Michael Quay, former Speaker of our Parliament. Our special guest, Professor Philip Duku-Osei, Vice our Provost of the College of Humanities, Professor Daniel Frimpong-Fori, Dean of the School of Social Sciences, Professor George Owusu, other provosts and deans and directors who are here. Professor, let me recognize Professor Joseph Achua here, who is, I hear you are the Dean of all the former heads of departments at the department. Our HOD, Mrs. Mame Jechi Jando, and other past HODs and other heads of departments who are here, our faculty, staff, alumni, students of the university, particularly those from the Department of Political Science. Posa, posa. The president, I'm told to recognize the president of the Political Science Students Association, Mr. Stephen Iwa Hobi. Where is he? Okay. Mr. President, I salute. The media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor of chairing this historic occasion, which is the launch of the 60th anniversary celebrations of the Department of Political Science of the University of Ghana. It is indeed a special occasion. If the department were a human being, a Ghanaian working in the public service, it would be due for retirement. I have not yet clocked 60, and I'm sure many of us in this room, have not yet clocked 60. It's indeed a remarkable achievement to have survived all of these years, not just survived, but thrived and produced so many eminent men and women who are serving not just in this country, but all over the world. It's also special because you're actually celebrating your 60th anniversary virtually alongside the university's 75th anniversary. The university is going to launch its 75th anniversary when it turns 74 next month in August. So I'm already throwing an invitation out there. So watch out for the details. So Eugene, I looked at the program and it's going to be alongside that. And so for that reason, it is a special moment. So on behalf of the Governing Council and management of the university, and on my own behalf as Vice Chancellor, I express my hearty congratulations to the Department of Political Science and all its gallant men and women, the heads of department, the faculty, the staff, more importantly, the alumni and the students, who in diverse and amazing ways have contributed to the growth and achievements of the department that we have today. As a pace setter in the teaching and research of political science in the country, the department has distinguished itself as one of the most sought-after institutions on matters regarding politics, governance, and public policy, both in Ghana and beyond. This achievement is embodied in its objective to achieve excellence in teaching and research and the need to transform the Ghanaian society and the world at large. So the department is an example of what we expect from our academics. We do the teaching, we do the research, we do the advocacy as well, and you can find lecturers and alumni from the department everywhere, in the media, in parliament, in and out of politics, and everything in between. The department, since its inception in 1962, has contributed immensely to the training and shaping of careers for thousands of young individuals to become distinguished scholars and leading think tanks, as well as prominent citizens serving in parliament and other public offices of our dear nation. Permit me to single out our special guests present at this ceremony and to particularly recognize the Right Honorable Professor Michael Quay, the 7th Speaker of the Parliament of Ghana, who is an eminent alumnus of the department. Graduates of the department secure leadership positions in international organizations, governmental and non-governmental organizations, including private and public sector organizations, among others. For this and the many other accolades of the department, the university and its management proudly associates itself with this anniversary celebration. The study of politics at the University of Ghana began largely as an undergraduate program in politics, philosophy, and economics, as the head of department mentioned. Graduate programs were later introduced. Initially, the courses focused on European, world, and Gold Coast political history. Though Western traditions and methods of political inquiry persisted, the emphasis was shifted gradually from the study of Eurocentric political subjects to Ghanaian and African subjects in politics in the period after independence. Pioneering faculty of the department included Kweku Folson, Joseph Piesa, Yao Menu, Edward Yao Chumesi, Kofidra, Yao Safu, Emmanuel Henson, Ebo Hatchful, Chris Hesse, among others. I'm sure there are some here who identify with these names and others who are of the much younger generation, so they don't. These intellectuals and other members of the department were strong advocates of various ideologies which came to the fore in their teaching, writing, research, as well as advocacy. The department is currently one of the largest in terms of student population at the University of Ghana and runs PhD, MPhil, and MA programs at the graduate level, in addition to the BA program for undergraduate studies. Over the years, the Department of Political Science has nurtured and many personalities, and they continue to be relevant to Africa and the Ghanaian state. The theme of the anniversary celebration is Charting Transformative Leadership for Global Development. This is particularly apt and timely as there is the increasing need to produce leaders who are transformative or transformational, motivating followers to do more than they expected, and who rise above personal interest for the sustainable development of the organizations, nations, and the world. This theme is in tandem with the University of Ghana's mission to create an enabling environment that makes the university increasingly relevant to national and global development through cutting-edge research and high-quality teaching and learning. So I would once again like to congratulate the department on the occasion of the launch of its 60th anniversary. I was going through the program and I noticed the variety of programs and very interesting ones. I very well noted by the fireside. I'm looking forward to that, as well as the conferences and the alumni homecoming. I know that that is going to explode. Congratulations once again. We look forward to seeing the department rise even higher and become more globally competitive in the years ahead. Thank you for your attention and congratulations.
Please, can we do a better one? Our chairperson, Professor Nanaba, who happens to also be the Vice Chancellor, the first female Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana. Recognize the Danish ambassador, the ambassador from Denmark, Tom Noring, who happens to be one of the foremost ambassadors to join us here this afternoon. He came very, very early. Please give it up for him. We have as well been joined by some faculty from the Department of Political Science. I can see Dr. Abdullah Kuyini Mohammed. Please, if you can give us a wave. We've also been joined by Dr. Kwame Asante Sabti. From the response, it appears that after Dr. Kudicha, Dr. Asante is the most favorite lecturer. Oh, please, can we give it up for him? Thank you, thank you. At this point, we'll take a spoken word poetry from one of our students, Elizabeth Danso Osei.
Posa posa. Posa posa. Ekunini ni enintire amwehie mu ha. Ghana mu mpanimfoɔ. Suku mu mpanimfoɔ. Political Science Department mma. Mmeranteɛ ne mmabaawa a mabɔ dɔmpem. I greet you all. My name is Elizabeth Danswa Osei, and this is a spoken word for the department. Detached from the Department of Economics, it has become the largest department in this university. Established in the 1960s with just 3 students, today it is accomplished with over 4,000 students. From its humble beginnings, it has become a world-class research department with useful findings. I have never known and will never know any department aside the political science department. Mpenyin beka mpenyin sem, mofra beto anansesem, minyan kamde twidie begwe tumpan so se kotokro. Afra mansa nyina se mo metna ha, na ne political science department hunde ro, and na boy. Who are we? This is a question I've been hearing from time to time from one person to the other. What is our pedigree? They say, indeed, fame is not for free. We've got the energy they lack and the courage back to back. We are a story to be told and a wonder to behold. From a time of lance, no departments of a chain can bind us. We are like a time bomb waiting to explode, like history waiting to happen. We are like the currents of an ocean. They can't stop our flow. One day, surely, we go blow. We are the hope of this institution. We are never an option because this is not our portion in this notion with political facts and notions. We are the political science department. Yet, we are not too comfortable because even sure bet is not always sure. And oh, as we collaborate and commemorate and celebrate our 60th anniversary, let us know that this is not our end, but the beginning of an unending bliss. This is the political science department. Departments are the mecha yembisa waria. Departments are kamhwa yenti hasio. Muna mujna kasamprebe pototobe to benko ama enegana enya akonyapa ademuo. Just look around, turn around, and see. In this country, we have the men. What did I say? We have the men. The likes of Prof. Ai, Isaac Owusu-Mensah, Dr. Ivan Sagridako, Emmanuel Debra, Kofi Dra, and Right Honorable Speaker Aaron Mike Okwe, whose contributions have made Ghana what it is today. We are the politicians, the diplomats, the lawyers, the academicians, the historians, the intellectuals. We are the entrepreneurs raising the standards. This is the political science department. Now we they run this town. We are a call for action. We don't passively sit and watch. We have the fine brains, the likes of Dr. Seidu Alidu Ahiaodo, Dr. Amoajiman, Dr. Foley, Dr. Lloyd, Edward Van Jampo, a good combo, who don't only teach us to build institutions, but to build stronger ones, who tell us that when we lead, we need to sow seeds. We should be like Moses and not chop the nation's proceeds. We have the likes of Asa Asante, who will tell us, the likes of Asa Asante, who will tell us to read from Araba to Zenabu, and the likes of Kudicha, who will charge us and let us sweat under the fan, yet bring the good in us. We have the leadership of our department and association, my mentor, Mami Jecha Jando, and our poster president, Stephen Ewapobi, whose contribution will forever be remembered. Finally, there is you and there is me. We are this department. And if we move, this department also moves. And as we celebrate our 60th anniversary, let us all come together as one and forge on in unity so that when we say posa posa, we wouldn't only be always ahead, but always ahead in unity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. That was a refreshing poetry. Please, can we do another one for her? Indeed, Pusa Pusa, we are always ahead. And we know that not only all of you here are with us, we also have some people who have joined us from our live streams currently on YouTube as well as Facebook. So if you are watching us from Facebook or on YouTube, we welcome you to the launch of the 60th anniversary of the Department of Political Science. We also want to say special thanks to our media, CCTV, GH1, My Joy Online, Onia TV, as well as UTV. At this point, we'll take some solidarity messages. To begin, I'd like to call on Professor Daniel Frimpong Ofori, who is the Provost, College of Humanities. Please give it up for him.
Vice Chancellor, Honorable former Speaker, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I had a fantastically crafted goodwill message to deliver, but I've completely been swept off my feet by Elizabeth's message of running the country, which I like very much. Because looking at your theme, it says 60 years of charting transformative leadership for global development. What it says to me is that you have been running the country. So what I would like to add is that I would like to see you run the country for the next 60 years. So I want to challenge you to do more. I've seen your list of activities beside the fireside, beside the poolside, under the mango tree, lots of things you want to do. But I haven't seen anything like an introspective, strategic dialogue. That's what we are going to use to run the country. So on this auspicious day when we are launching your 60th birthday celebrations, and I wish you well on my own behalf and on behalf of the college, I would like to challenge you to do more than what you have done in the past and to run the country properly for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Daniel Frimpong Ofori. We'll also take another good solidarity message from Professor George Owusu, who is the Dean, School of Social Sciences.
Good afternoon. I would like to stand on the existing protocols already established. My Vice Chancellor said there are a lot of big women and men here, so I think I'm on a safer ground to say that I'm standing on the existing protocols established. Let me start by congratulating the head of department and all colleagues, faculty members of the department, parts, heads of department, alumni of the department, students and all associates of the Department of Political Science. The department is celebrating its 60th anniversary, which draws our attention to its history and heritage, and indeed 60 years in the life of an academic institution is an exciting and important milestone to invite alumni and associates of the department to join in various events in honoring the department's past and celebrating its present and future. I am particularly pleased with the steps taken by the head of department and the organizers of the event to bring past heads of departments, alumni associates, both far and near, to join in celebrating this launch of the department's Jubilee celebration. As has already been noted earlier, from its humble beginning some 60 years ago with few students, today the department is one of the largest units in the School of Social Sciences and indeed the whole of the University of Ghana. In addition, the department has expanded its teaching programs over the decades to include MA, MPhil, and PhD degrees. While there is every reason to celebrate the accolade as the largest unit in terms of student population, this also underlines the department challenges in terms of lecturer-student ratio, the heavy teaching load that our lecturers have to bear, issues with lecture rooms, especially for undergraduate students, and office spaces for both faculty and graduate students. I believe that this long year celebration will provide an opportunity also to explore how some of these challenges can be addressed. Madam Chair, despite the challenges which have confronted the department, it is a fact that through the hard work of faculty over the years in terms of teaching, research, and public service in the field of politics and socio-economic development, other universities in Ghana and beyond have followed the department's brazen path by establishing similar units. Furthermore, the Ghanaian society can attest to the illuminating radio and television debates and discussions and other engagements lectures and products of the department have provided to the populace on various topical, national, and global political issues over the years. So as a department, you have contributed significantly in shaping our democratic path as a country. The theme for the occasion, that is for your 68th anniversary celebration, Charting Transformative Leadership for Global Development, gives us a sense as to the future part of the department. And I believe that we'll be here the next 10 years to celebrate that achievement. So on behalf of the School of Social Sciences, I wish the Department of Political Science a very successful celebration and many more spectacular achievements as it enters its 7th decade. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor George Owusu. Now moving to the next person to give his solidarity message, as intimated by our chairperson, Professor Nanaba Ampofo. He is the Dean of the Heads of Departments. So representing all heads of departments, please help me welcome Professor Joseph Ayi.
Madam Chair and Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to lean on the existing protocol and go ahead and do my presentation. On behalf of the following former heads of the Department of Political Science and my good self, I present this goodwill message to mark the launch of the department's 60th anniversary celebration. Nokweku Folsi, Alphonse Gastadman, Victor Levine, Yaomenu, Joseph Piasa, Nokofi Dra, Samuel Asante, Kwame Ninsin, Michael Quay, Kwame Boafata, Nokwesi Jonah, Emmanuel Debra, and Bosman Asari. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a landmark event to launch the 60th anniversary celebration of the setting up of the Department of Political Science. Multiple congratulations to the academic and administrative staff, as well as past and current students for these feats. Arguably, this is the only memorable occasion being celebrated by the department in its 60 years of existence. These 60 years have been productive in teaching, scholarship, and extension activities. Our students have excelled in their chosen vocations all over the globe. In addition, the faculty have vigorously engaged in both scholarship, teaching, and extension activities which have been relevant to thought leadership and socioeconomic development. As we launch the 60th anniversary, we should also do a self-introspection of our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. In addition, we should also be ingenious in realizing the activities planned to mark the year-long celebration. I have seen events launched with great enthusiasm and fanfare, but the accompanying activities could not be undertaken because of disagreements, disinterest, and resource constraints. The challenge to all the stakeholders is to ensure that we pool our resources together for the realization of the activities earmarked for the celebration. As the department enters its 60 years, next 60 years, efforts should be made to consolidate the gains made whilst the deficits are addressed. Continued scholarship, contribution to thought leadership, more innovative teaching and learning, and demand-driven curricula should be our topmost priority if our enviable place in the competitive knowledge market can be sustained or maintained. Perhaps one of the means of facilitating them is the forthcoming registration of the Ghana Political Science Association, which was launched in 2018, and the subsequent launch of the Ghana Journal of Political and Administrative Sciences. Once again, I wish all of us a happy celebration. May the good Lord himself see us through these year-long activities and crown our efforts with success. Amen.
Thank you very much, Professor Joseph Achuayi. We have here with us Michael Bwedi, who is the fundraising manager at the Ghana Integrity Initiative. He's here on behalf of Mrs. Linda Ofori-Kwafo, who happens to be one of our special guests for this occasion. But to do a proper introduction of our special guest, I'd like to call on Dr. Emmanuel Yeboah Isiama. Please, let's give him a round. So Doc just mentioned that I have actually skipped our president, Political Science Student Association President, Stephen Iwapobi. Please kindly join us and give us a solidarity message as well. Please give it up for me.
Posa, posa. Posa, posa. Indeed, the steadfast love of God never ceases, and his mercies never come to an end, for they are new every morning in our lives. I cannot find words to describe how proud and happy I am to be associated with this 60th anniversary celebration of the Department of Political Science of the University of Ghana. On a slow, gentle move, our department has over 6 decades existed and continue to present itself to the world as a world-class department and being noted as an important agency in shaping the nation. Hooray! As we celebrate the milestone, let us remember that we are a department made up of great individuals and personalities who share the same vision, the same values, and we have been part of the past. So are we part of the present and shall be part of the future. Let us be interested in the lifelong success of our department, no matter what change and challenges lies ahead of us. All we have is this department, and its success solely depends on us. I entreat all in sundry to contribute their quota to the upliftment of the image of the department by working hard and making the best of opportunities we are being blessed with. May this auspicious occasion of the 60th anniversary put cheerful and nostalgic smile on our faces and reignite the fire of love, mutual respect, and friendship among us all. For together, we can take a voyage to the land of uncommon transformations. God bless us all. Long live the Department of Political Science. Long live the University of Ghana. Long live Ghana. Posa, posa.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, Stephen. Now we'll move straight into the introduction of our special guest, and Dr. Yeboah Isiama is here to do that for the first guest. Thank you.
Madam Vice Chancellor, permit me also to stand on the existing protocols which have been duly noted. We have two special guests, but I will introduce the first one, then he will give his message, after which I will come back and introduce the other one. So our first special guest is Professor Philip Duku Osei. Professor Philip Duku Osei has been Vice Chancellor of the SD Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies, SDDUBIDS, since May 2020. Prior to moving to SDDUBIDS, Professor Osei was the Deputy Rector of Ghana's foremost management university, the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration. He has 21 years of experience as a researcher and an executive in higher education. After 15-year experience as a researcher and senior fellow of the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute of Social and Economic Studies at the University of West Indies, UWI, Mona Campus in Jamaica, he returned to Ghana and took up administrative and executive management positions at GIMPA for 6 years until the government of Ghana appointed him to lead as premiering or foundation vice chancellor in the setting up of the SD Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies of the Upper West region of Ghana. That is why we say Posa Posa, always ahead. Okay. While at the UWI University of West Indies, he was part of a team that was appointed by the Vice Chancellor to do a needs assessment of the Commonwealth Caribbean and design a leadership development program in order to secure a 20 million Canadian dollars funding for the work of government of Jamaica in the areas of reforms and service delivery, public sector reforms and analysis of poverty reduction programs, which have led to changes and continuation of the labor market intervention program called steps to work. He also served as technical advisor in the writing of Ghana's National Public Sector Reform Strategy 2018 to 2023. Prior to the assignment, he was an executive manager on behalf of GIMPA of a 236,000 euro project, France-Ghana Cooperation Project to strengthen service delivery capacities and the accountability of local and central government agencies from 2015 to 2017. Professor Osei is a graduate of the University of Ghana and from the Department of Political Science. That's why we say, posa posa, ways ahead. He's also product of the University of Manchester, UK, and the University of Strathclyde in Glasgow, Scotland, where he obtained his PhD for research in government. Professor Osei is a double Commonwealth scholar. He was awarded the much coveted Overseas Development Agency Shared Scholarship Scheme in 1991 and the Postdoctoral Mid-Career Commonwealth Academic Fellowship in 2005. Professor Osei is a leader in his field and academic entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby introduce to you your first guest of our special guest, Professor Philip Duku Osei. May we give him a round of applause.
Good afternoon. Madam Chair, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, the Right Honorable Michael Quay, Professor and former Speaker of Parliament. Dr. Mame Jechi Jando, Head of Department, Political Science, members of the Diplomatic Corps, professors, and my former lecturers. Lecturers of the University of Ghana and other sister universities, past and present students of political science, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and happy anniversary. It was just about a week ago that one of my students that I tutored during my PhD fieldwork in Ghana in 1994, the present head of department, Dr. Mame Jechi Jando, extended an invitation to me to join in the celebration of the 60th anniversary of the Department of Political Science. And I accepted it with joy and assured her of my participation. I am indeed happy to be here this afternoon because this is the department that gave me the foundations that made me what I am today. I remember a comment made by Professor Richard Crook of the University of Glasgow in 1993. And I quote, "With few resources, the Department of Political Science continues to produce good students." He was referring to this same Department of Political Science, whose anniversary we are celebrating today. The Department of Political Science, as I found it between 1987 and 1990, indeed had few resources. We had few books on the shelves of the library that was located adjacent to the Departmental Administration Office. We supplemented this with a collection found at the School of Administration Library. We also went to the Gempa Library to read from the work of scholars such as James Inti, Professor Nsakon, Marina Doche, among others. In such a resource-poor environment, there was very little emphasis on copyrights because the people had to read. We copied relevant chapters of books and articles and studied them with the purposefulness of a farmer. I was indeed a farmer through and through. We celebrate the Department of Political Science today because it has grown and is now rich with over 4,000 students. Congratulations and kudos to those who have built it. In all this, the commitment of our lecturers could not be questioned at all. So today, permit me to celebrate the following people. Mr. Kofidra, who was head of department during my time, Professor Kweku Folsom, may his soul rest in peace, Professor Kwame Ninsing, my comparative politics lecturer, Professor Jima Buedi, my development administration and public administration lecturer, Professor Joseph Ayi, who returned from Israel after his PhD with a lot of vigor to energize the study of public administration. Professor Michael Quay, my social and political theory lecturer and politics in Ghana as well. Mr. Kwesi Jonah, my political economy and elements of political science lecturer. Professor Ismail Johnson, my research methodology lecturer, who also taught me basic statistics. Professor Kwame Boafuata, lecturer in international politics, who missed me because I had fallen in love with public administration. In those days, there were only two main concentrations to do a major in: international politics and public administration. Professor Yao Men, who taught me local government with great understanding. Professor Roger Tangui, who taught me development administration. Dr. Amos Aimedu, the lecturer who turned me into a researcher and whose diligence opened doors for me to go to the University of Manchester. He supervised my long essay and made me internationally competitive. Please allow me to pay him a tribute because he made all the difference in my life. How would I have found the £7,000 annual fees that had to be paid to the University of Manchester had it not been for the long essay that made all the difference? He knew where all the relevant papers were on the BAM library shelves, and with precision guided you to go for them, read and extract what you may, and reference them accurately. We also had very hard-working tutorial assistants, including Mr. Kofi Mara and Mr. Anebo. These tutors broke it to understandable levels, the many jargons and concepts. We congratulate all of them for their support. Now, let me talk about leadership development in the field of political science. The micro foundations were made at the Department of Political Science, Legon. And I had read books, including the one entitled Politics in Ghana, 1946 to 1957, written by Professor Dennis Austin during my undergraduate days at the department. I was pleasantly surprised when I met Professor Dennis Austin at the Institute for Development Policy and Management in Manchester. Dennis was old, but not frail. He was a source of encouragement. He also gave me the mentorship that I needed after my PhD studies at the University of Strathclyde. He showed me how to write academic articles and guided me to write my first academic article on the implementation of value-added tax in Ghana, which was published in the journal called Journal of Modern African Studies, whose editor was also called Professor Christopher Clapham, whose works we had read during our undergraduate days. So, in narrating all this, I am also excited to highlight the fact that some of those others who we read about during our time here also became palpable and vivid. Professor Brian Hogwood, if you remember him, he wrote the book Policy Analysis for the Real World. And I met him at the University of Strathclyde, and he was one of my tutors and supervisors. In a paper called A Contorted Road to the Caribbean, which I authored, I spelled out how I was recruited by a political economist called Professor Norman Gervan to be a fellow of the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute of Social and Economic Studies at the University of the West Indies in Jamaica. Noting that Professor Gervan's act of recruitment was going to make all the difference, he eventually departed at a time when I thought he was going to be around to continue with his mentorship. So he handed me over to Professor Neville Duncan, who became my director for 10 years. And Neville Duncan gave me an opportunity to learn and to do. And out of nothing, I became a specialist in Caribbean politics and public administration. I am narrating all this to underscore the fact that leadership requires long periods of apprenticeship and acquisition of skills. This is being said to encourage the present crop of students of political science to be diligent and fight with fortitude for the excellence that you need to be competitive in this global world, and also learn to acquire common sense and commitment to work wherever you find yourself. Now, to my last paragraph, let me talk about the relevance of political science in meeting the development challenges of today. From the engagement with institution building from the years of terminal colonialism, the field has grown to include not only analysis of historical institutionalism, transparency and accountability, but also electoral studies, democratic consolidation, indigenization and culture studies, digitalization of public services and national development, environmental politics and governance, international relations, economic management of the state, policy analysis and policy implementation, introduction and institutionalization of what is called the new public management, the opening up of monitoring and evaluation as academic pursuits and a field of practice. We have also gone back to the question of the essence and role of the state, its empirical and juridical validity, and to the question of the administrative sovereignty of the state. It is important at this point to highlight what is critical and what is relevant. The issue of administrative sovereignty, which is being faced now as there are questions about whether Ghana is to return to the IMF or not. It is important for us as students of political science to be continuously diligent in examining state capacities and its autonomy to deliver on what we call the empirical validity of the state, and to ensure that we do what is right and what is proper and available to us to remain relevant. And I have outlined all this to underscore the fact that the discipline of political science has a lot more to grapple with than what we have been doing so far. And in the quest to do a reflection over the past 60 years, the topics and the themes that I have outlined are meant to ginger the minds of the new generation to be able to imagine and to do and to be good managers when they are placed in the rightful places within the economy, so that we won't only run the economy, we will also deliver the services that make us grow and develop. I would like to thank you all for listening. Thank you very much.
Please, we can do much better. We can do much better. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Professor Philip Duku Osei. Our second special guest was supposed to be Mrs. Linda Oforikwafo. She has delegated one of her lieutenants to be here. So I will take a brief profile of Mrs. Linda Oforikwafo and then her delegate as well. Brief one, of course. Mrs. Linda Oforikwafo rejoined GII in March 2016 as Executive Director. Prior to her return to GII, she led the Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, as the Executive Secretary. Her multi-annual professional experience includes work as the Programs Manager of GII, Forum for Africa Women Educationalists, and Ghana Life Insurance Company. More importantly here, Mrs. Oforikwafo holds an MBA in HRM from the University of Ghana Business School and a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, POSA, always ahead. And of course, she had first class this year. From the University of Ghana, and a diploma in Human Rights-Based Approach to Development Planning from the Danish Institute of Human Rights, Denmark. Recently, she has been elected as the new chairperson of the Office of Special Prosecutor, OSP. So we are charting transformative leaders to solve the country's problems. So she has been elected as the new chairperson of the Office of Special Prosecutor, the governing board. And they have been duly sworn in. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon, Mrs. Linda Oforikwafo has delegated Mr. Michael Buedi, who is the fundraising manager of the establishment. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we invite Mr. Michael K. Boadi, who is the fundraising manager of the Ghana Integrity Initiative, to give this speech. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon. I don't know how much weight the existing protocol can take, but permit me to lean on it as well, since the list of those to observe are quite enormous. But before I do that, I would recognize the distinguished Chair, Madam Vice Chancellor. I also want to recognize the special guest, Professor Philip Duku. May I also recognize the respected former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Quay. I call him the respected because he did something in Parliament that, as young as I am, I haven't seen any speaker do: documentation of the parliamentary processes during his last time period in office, which for me is remarkable. It gives us something to learn. I now would stand on the existing protocol so that I don't goof any further. I stand here in the shoes of a distinguished former student of the Department of Political Science, the Executive Director of Ghana Integrity Initiative, Madam Linda Forikwafu. She expresses her sincere apologies for not being able to be here in person due to other commitments which she had made prior to receiving the invitation. She has asked me to represent her because she places enormous value on her being considered by the department, even though there are many distinguished personalities who have passed through the department. Madam Chair, Mrs. Linda Forikwafu expresses her sincere appreciation for the opportunity to share her reflection on such a timely theme as the one chosen for today's program or launch. The theme for the 60th anniversary is Charting Transformative Leadership for Global Development. Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, thinking through the happenings in our country in recent years, there couldn't have been any better theme than the one chosen. Ghana, 60 plus years after independence, yet our leaders constantly run back to the global West for practical and every existential requirement. Today, we are at the IMF, only 3 years after exiting the 16th program. Where are our transformational leaders? To find the answers to my dilemma, Madam Chair, I asked two questions. What does a person need to be a great leader? And what does a great leader need to be a transformative leader, locally or globally? To answer the question, allow me to take a journey through the emergence of leadership concepts to ground my excitement to a chosen theme on theory. Literature available to me states that in the 1880s to about 1930s, where leadership theories since the 1800s to 1930s, leadership theories seems to have emerged. Emphasis were placed on control and centralization of power. The talk was about great men theory, which suggests that leaders were born and not made. Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, by the 1930s and 40s, leadership theories had begun to recognize trait theories, which includes capacity, achievement, responsibility, participation, status, and situation. Psychoanalytical theories then followed in the 1940s with exploration of why individuals are motivated to lead and others follow. The exchange theory and organizational behavior and management science also emerged at some point until the emergence of attributive theory which looks at how followers attribute certain qualities to leaders. One of such qualities is transformation. True leaders were then considered as transformative leaders. Not only do they inspire change in people, but their leadership bring total change in the social, cultural, and economic environment, as well as the psychology of the people they lead. Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, the answer, Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, what does a person need to be a transformational leader? And the answer is simple: character. Permit me to use the biblical story of Joseph and Samson to illustrate how character makes a transformative leader. Joseph and Samson both pursued power at some point in their lives. They were both faced with the same problem of the pleasure of a woman. Joseph stood by his principles, went to jail. Samson succumbed to the pressure and enjoyed the popularity. But in the end, he lost the power he had, became a prisoner without eyes. Joseph came out of prison as a transformational leader, had power, popularity followed. The difference between the two was simply character. Character is the foundation of formative leadership because character is obtained from philosophy. Philosophy, they say, is a theory and attitude that acts as a guiding principle for behavior. At this point, Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, let me come back home to the reason for Ghana's poor transformation, in particular the Fourth Republic, which is a time frame of which many of us can relate to. Just as the case of Joseph and Samson, our leaders have been everything but transformative. We have leaders who act in power, whose action in power are the direct opposite of what they stood for in opposition. Leaders with huge trust deficit. Leaders whose pursuit for popularity has proceeded ahead of every principle they stand for. How else can the country, Ghana, and its people chart transformational leadership path for the global development? Charting transformational leadership path for global development, let's look at this. The keys on the keyboard are called characters. They are characters because A is always A, B is always B, 1 is always 1, 9 has always been 9, irrespective of who is using them or where they are using them. At this time, 60 years of the life of the Department of Political Science, may I say, it is about time that the leaders in Ghana, whom the department will be bringing out in the future, should pursue purpose in order to produce vision, potential to bring out abilities of the people they would lead, character so that the people they lead will trust them as transformational leaders. Thank you.
Can we do a better one for our special guest? Allow us to recognize in our midst now former Chief Administrative Assistant at the Department of Political Science, Mrs. Mary Eslanda Kwe. Please, if you can give it up for her. She's at the back. We also have with us Mrs. Doreen Ama Ashikwe Doku, who is currently the Senior Admin Assistant at the Department of Political Science. Allow me to also mention that we have with us I know by the mention of his name, the roof of this building is going to go off. We have with us Dr. Charles Amu Ajiman. Foucault. At this point, we'll take a cultural performance from the Ghana Dance Ensemble. While we wait for the Ghana Dance Ensemble to begin their performance, allow me to reiterate that the session is currently being streamed on our social platforms, on Facebook, as well as on YouTube. So if you're a student here, faculty here, kindly follow the social media pages which this session is currently being streamed on. And we'd also like to thank those who join us from our live streams. I believe that now the Ghana Dance Ensemble is ready, so we'll take the performance. And that was an amazing performance by the Ghana Dance Ensemble. I'd like us to acknowledge with us Professor Ejay Mensah, who is the former Provost, College of Humanities. Please say if you're here. With here as well is Professor Kwame Asamoah, Head of Department of Public Administration and Health Service Management, UGBS. Finally, we have here with us also Professor Jima Bodi, who is Afrobarometer for Executive Director, CDD. He is also here with us, Professor Jima Bodi. Thank you. At this juncture, I would like to call on Dr. Rosina Foley to help us with the introduction of the guest of honor. Please give it up for her.
Thank you. Professor Chair, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfo, and all protocols observed, thank you for the opportunity to introduce our guest of honor for this auspicious occasion of the launch of the 60th anniversary of the Department of Political Science. Our guest of honor, the Right Honorable Professor Mike Okwe, has worked in several fields successfully, including legal practice, both here and abroad, in academia, in politics, and in pastoral work. As an academic, he has researched and published widely in good governance, conflict, the military's intervention in politics, and gender, among others. His hard work saw him receive several awards, such as the coveted International Rockefeller Senior Scholar Award in 1993, the Senior Fulbright Scholar Award in 1997, and the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences Silver Award. From 1999 to 2002, he served as the head of the Department of Political Science. And recently, in 2020, he sponsored the institution of an academic prize for the best graduating female student in political science. He is a renowned diplomat and a legislator. He has served as Ghana's High Commissioner to India, Mike Okwe, as our guest of honor for this occasion. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our Professor Mike Okwe to this occasion.
Political science department, no. I am feared you 60 years. And I don't so you need to retire. And more than a dear. I could review. So I didn't announce and fear my come do you see any? I'm a money, oh. I'm a moiko. I call money. What's that? Coming in, Yafa, the Tiabia, a more. As I went on and second chair. Ebin mu agana ha ani amano na emu ba ko ne asoma me se emra magina tata ebra nti ya ba ma no nyamfo se de me nua ba no kan no asem ayo obin for Aaron ma ke okoi no a former head of department. Smammy Sammy, Mamma do tata. I'd be a bamudia, and she shall palm Shaya, and no mamma did be our counsel, and the young dear. Samoa, a mamuna, I do my dinner, do my pack, and the Yamadam was saying more. Young dear. Toma, she don't know. You don't know my baby. I can. Said you bear, or maybe you some beer. I don't know. See, I can't battle the democracy. Me say, Ghana can be money, can be. I own a name, meaning a free higher. Jinsina was so abrafo o ma ya sum wie gina mo so ana so se me gina adwudwa mu a ade ada chimi asema me se me mra me na kwa aba obenfo when fo atun sa pro se bla be kasa me di se prewe afra se nyan konton frensia na petiti mama na Mama casa, 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 casa. Ha. I didn't take your cancer. I blame one slow. Bamena, Mena Sabra. Mamma swear. Yes, I find ya so everything. I just casa, casa,
Madam Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, your permission to stand on the existing protocols as aforementioned. Madam Vice Chancellor, with your permission, if I may please ask for a minute's silence for the late Professor Folsom, founding head of the Department of Political Science, and Professor Yameno, a colleague of his at that time, who have passed into blessed memory. If you may please stand for a minute. May the souls of Professor Folsom and Professor Yamenu, as we celebrate this occasion, rest in perfect peace. Amen. Please sit and thank you.
The Department of Political Science in Legon was born out of the bowels of the Economics Department and saw mature presentation to academia in 1962 October. I happened to have come in 1964 October. So I met the founding students. Early lecturers included Folsom, Chumesi, Piasan, Dra, Yarmenu, and others who devoted themselves to academic excellence. Our lecturers, led by Professor Folsom, were thoroughbreds who were dedicated to their calling. The intellectual spectrum of political studies to which we were exposed included political philosophy, thought, social and political theory, comparative politics, public administration, government and politics in Africa, including Ghana, etc. The department was very vocal in critiquing contemporary politics, home and abroad, something that perhaps we should bring back in contribution to transformative leadership of our country and Africa. In the making of the 1969, 1979, and 1992 constitutions of Ghana, the department made several positive contributions to enrich the process. In 1992, when the Consultative Assembly was sitting, the department sent proposals to the Assembly after a number of seminars had been held home and abroad. Notably, with the assistance of the British Council, we held a conference in SOAS, London University, to contribute to the entire return of Ghana to constitutional rule, good governance, human rights, etc. Many of our proposals fell on deaf ears, but it is good to recount that a number were captured in the recommendations of the Assembly, which remain useful for future analysis and studies. The department graduates continue to serve in governance, public administration, the military, police, and virtually every area of our national life. It is heartening to recount that the efforts of the founding fathers have proved worthwhile. I congratulate the faculty for the theme they have chosen, Charting Transformative Leadership for Global Development. It is important that it's important to use our studies in political economy, international and comparative politics to critique our national maldevelopment. COVID and Ukraine war, etc., have hit us very badly, yes, but it is important to observe that what we are experiencing today are merely symptomatic. An economy which is over 70% import dependent is no economy. The colonial relationship was essentially one of producers of raw materials vis-à-vis producers of finished products being dumped on us. How has this changed? We all know that the answer is that it has not changed. If a global pandemic worse than COVID should arise, or a global war bigger than Ukraine arises, and no ship comes into our ports for over 1 year or two, and for that matter, the sugar, flour, rice, indomie, cooking oil, etc., do not enter our nation anymore, shall we merely die? It is a question worthy to answer. Our economy should be restructured so that we first and foremost feed ourselves with our own. If this is impossible, then we don't deserve to exist as a nation, so that our whole nationhood must be questioned by our present intellectuals. But is it possible just to fold our arms? We need to put our act together and produce to eat. Next, we should look at our agro-based local industries to process, store, and distribute food, juices, etc.? How can the mangoes rotting in Manguasi, Dodowa, etc., and the other fruits in other parts of Ghana rot whilst we languish? We need to industrialize, produce more by agric, and preserve them. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the WTO arrangement, which allowed the free dumping of finished products in the developing nations. Of course, no industrialized nation in the world today, by its history, grew to that status without isolating itself. Therefore, by way of serious political economy studies, we should have to close our gates and lock out all these products that are dumped upon us as against the directives of the WTO. I emphasize that the right to protect infant industries is a global human right. Foreign juices, foreign chicken, and other agri products should be banned to save our nations here in Africa. But our studies in political sociology teach us that our ideas, beliefs, values, and attitudinal perspectives have grave effects in nation building. Plato spoke of the philosopher king. And of course, the whole process of socializing future leaders should be seriously analyzed and applied. The corrupt influences in the society as a whole must also be uprooted. This crime must not be allowed to pay, from politicians, administrators, hospital staff, security services, academic institutions, wherever. We should have a conversation on the matter and examine how we can effectively detect, punish, and prevent this canker. The whole of Africa needs a Kagame awakening. Our leaders are an issue to consider. Our constitutions should also be seriously analyzed, and this the department can take the lead in doing. The separation of powers doctrine that was long advocated in our political studies, are we seeing them today? Of course, not when the legislature and executive are so united in members of parliament also becoming ministers of state. The Lands Commission, the natural resources that we have, the gold and oil, how are they effectively maximized to our national interest when the control cannot be done by experts under well-structured constitutional arrangements? The Council of State, which in fact this department made serious recommendations on to be neutral and more oriented towards our traditional leaders. Today it is not, and he who occupies the executive position actually chooses the majority of the members of the Council of State. What is their use then? Our women empowerment, envisaged long ago, still continue to be in a nebulous situation, and it is important that we should re-examine the various provisions therein and how best we can let our women take active part in politics. I used to say that the present arrangements by which women are kept out of the management of matters of state is like a person who is running a race who has two legs but chooses to tie one behind his back and run on one leg. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on an occasion like this, it is important for us to re-examine ourselves. The Department of Political Science did lead the nation in doing this some time ago. In fact, this is how Professor Folsom, Professor Yao Chumesi ended up in exile and spent many years of their academic life outside this university. We have a role to play, and I think our theme itself is suggestive of the fact that we need a certain kind of leadership in our nations in Africa. We also need some attitudinal changes in our people. Political socialization is all about this. And as we study and as we apply, I believe that if we should seriously re-examine and recapture the initiative that the founding fathers of our department actually applied in this nation, we will be able to make some meaningful contribution. Madam Chairperson, Vice Chancellor of this reputable university, on this note, I have the privilege and the honor to declare this 60th anniversary duly launched. I thank you.
The anniversary, indeed, is duly launched. Please can we give another big round of applause to our guest of honor, Right Honorable Professor Michael Ekwe. We're almost at the end of the launch, and our next activity is to cut the anniversary cake. So I'm going to invite all members on the high platform, led by Professor Anaba Apiamfo, the Vice Chancellor, and the Head of Department, alongside all members on the high platform, to please move towards the cake as we undertake that ceremony. And this will be led by the University of Ghana Jubilee Choir. That was a beautiful cutting of the 60th anniversary cake. Okay. Thank you, University of Ghana Jubilee Choir. Please give it up for them. At this point, I would like to call on Dr. Seidu Alidu. He will be helping us with the outline of the year-long 60th anniversary activities. Please give it up for him as he discuss with us what to expect this anniversary.
The Vice Chancellor, and my proud teacher at the Linguistics of Department. The Right Honorable Speaker, all other protocols observed. Today marks the beginning of several programs that will follow after the launch. And the first of these programs include the book fair. The Department of Political Science have been one of the leading departments in terms of research and have contributed largely to the production of knowledge in elections, in leadership, in local government, and in several other endeavors of study. So on the October 22nd, our intention is to exhibit all these publications that have been done by the department and products of the department at the ISEC Conference Auditorium. This will now be followed by the Ghana Transformative Leadership Conference. It is largely going to be done in partnership with the POSA, and we're going to invite the youth to debate the relevance of political science in meeting the current developmental challenges of our country. So it's going to be largely student-led, youth-led discussion, and that will be held at the City Conference Center or the Great Hall. We're still thinking about where to fix it, around 5th, 7th January 2023. Then we're going to have an alumni homecoming, business expo, and blood donations. We definitely want to involve our alumni in our planning and execution of departmental projects. We're going to invite the business community and create an opportunity of network between our alumni, the business community, student body, and faculty at large. And in doing this, we're also going to invite participants to donate blood for people who need them. And this is going to happen at the end of February, first week of March 2023, and to be held at the Department of Political Science. There will also be an online streaming of the event. Then I think here we need the expertise of Mr. Michael K. Boidi to help us in raising funds. So we're going to have a fundraiser ball. That is very important because all the ideas that we have, all the visions that we have, all the things that we want to do for the university, the department, and the nation at large, we cannot execute them without funds. So this is going to be one of our fundraiser events, which will be held in April 2023 at the Great Hall. Then recently, the College of Humanities launched a Day of Scientific Renaissance, and it was actually meant to exhibit and renew commitment and bring the confluence of knowledge and thinking into how our academic disciplines are studied and how academic research are conducted. So in line of this, the Ghana Political Science Association is going to hold a conference somewhere 24th, 25th, or 26th of May 2023 to be able to discuss the role of political science as a discipline in the scientific renaissance of the continent of Africa. And that's going to be held at the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. And then we're also going to have a leadership tour that is going to involve our students, both within the country and outside of the country. And we're going to visit very important, prominent cultural and political institutions within the country and outside of the country. We'll be thinking of visiting business incubation hubs in Denmark, in Hungary, in Netherlands, Germany, Spain, Singapore, Rwanda, Kenya, Republic of Korea, USA, UK, Japan, and many other things. POSA, always ahead. We are taking it to the international level. And then we're going to have, by the fireside, one of my favorite programs in the lineup. I remember when I first came here, level 100, I was offered political science, theater arts, linguistics, and then history. So when I went home, they asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I want to do political science. I want to major in political.
Thank you so much.
When we say Pusa Pusa, always ahead, indeed, we are ahead with our activities. Please give it up once again for Dr. Seydou Alidu for running us through our programming for the year-long 60th anniversary. At this point, I'd like us all to welcome Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfo, chairperson for this launch, to help us with the closing remarks. Please welcome him.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. They have the influence, they have the men and the women as well. So the people that we have seen here, from the MC to our special guest of honor, they are all people who are in the department or have been at the department. We've seen that the department not only produces public policy experts, political analysts, politicians, international relations experts, but I noticed this afternoon that they have performers as well. We had an amazing performance from Elizabeth. Yes. I was wondering whether she has any affiliation with the School of Performing Arts or the Department of Linguistics. That was beautifully done. These days they call it the spoken word. It's no longer poetry. There are some I really wouldn't attempt to try to even summarize what we have heard here from our main speakers here this afternoon. Just a few points as I picked up as I listened to them. I think that one of the recurring themes that we have heard this afternoon is the need for self-introspection. As we celebrate, as we recount our successes, as we reunite with our friends, let's make time to think about how far the department has come, the resources that are available to the department, and what it is that we want to see the department become in the next decade or in the next 60 years. Another lesson that I picked from this afternoon from Professor Say was the willingness to learn and subject oneself to mentorship. He gave us an account of his journey, and I realized that he couldn't have come this far wasn't willing to learn and to subject himself to mentorship. And he rightly recognized the people who have made an impact in his life and in his career. Definitely, as we say, it takes a whole village to raise a successful person. Another lesson I picked from the exposition on the theme, which we had from Mrs. Oforukwafo, was that our quest for transformational leaders should not always be a popularity contest. There's the need for us to look out for certain character traits. And also I must add that when we talk about leadership and transformational leadership, very often most of us, our minds just shoot to the national level. But let's recognize that there is leadership at every level and at every stage of our lives, right from the home through to the classroom. We have class reps, we have student associations, we have leaders there at the university level, at the various institutions that we have. Whenever we find ourselves in positions of leadership, let's have that transformational mindset. Let us know that in whatever space we find ourselves, we will be able to make some change. That is our domain of influence, and we should be able to make some change. And cumulatively, we would see the nation that we all desire to see. For Professor Michael Quain, I just summarized what he said, taking us through how much the department has contributed to the building of our democracy. I just told myself that we can only learn from the history to create the future that we want. The Department of Political Science definitely, no doubt, has what it takes. We've done so much in the past 60 years. Where do we want to see ourselves in the next 60 years? We definitely can do it. Let's retreat, let's introspect, and let's plan for the next decades ahead. And so on that note, let me once again congratulate the department on this launch. I look forward to the activities of the whole anniversary and to an even bigger and mightier climax of this anniversary. Congratulations, happy birthday.
We have indeed launched the 60th anniversary of the Department of Political Science, and we couldn't have done this without all of you, together with our Vice Chancellor and the guest of honor, alongside all invited guests who joined us this afternoon through to this evening. But to help us with a vote of thanks properly, please help me welcome Ms. Olivia Asantewa, who happens to be the General Secretary of the Political Science Student Association.
Madam Chairperson, thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Madam Chairperson, our invited and special guests, all protocol duly observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. First, we give thanks to the Almighty for sparing our lives and making this launch smooth and successful. Secondly, we express our deepest gratitude to our chairperson, Professor Nana Abba Amfo, our esteemed first female Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana. We did not take it lightly at all that you joined us. Thank you. Again, we want to thank Right Honorable Professor Aaron Michael Quay, the special guest of honor. After your service to the department as HOD, we've continued to be dear to you, and you showed us by honoring this event with your presence. We are eternally grateful. Thank you. Our special guest, Professor Philip Duku Osei, Vice Chancellor, University of Business and Integrated Development Studies, and Mrs. Linda Ofori Kwafo, Executive Director, Ghana Integrity Initiative. We are honored you agreed to be our special guest for this event. Mami Joshi Jando, HOD Extraordinary, and all members of the Political Science Department. Thank you so much for your contribution to this launch. Again, we express our gratitude to the Planning Committee. Your hard work and innovative ideas is what we are all experiencing today. All alumni present, you've come from far and near to grace this occasion. We do not take it lightly at all. Thank you for coming. Our well-wishers from other departments, we appreciate you coming to share in the joy of our anniversary with us. To the executives and members of the Political Science Students Association, our sincerest gratitude for your contribution to this launch and for your presence here today. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank everyone for making it here today and contributing to the success of this launch. This launch is just the beginning. We are looking forward to your participation in the year-long line of activities. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Olivia. And as Olivia mentioned, this event wouldn't have been possible without all of you. We'd like to also say special thanks to all our ambassadors who join us this afternoon. Please, can we give them a big round of applause, representing the various embassies in Ghana. I'd also like to say special thanks to the Planning Committee, which was led by our gallant HOD, Dr. Mame Jeche Jando. She was assisted by Dr. Seidu Alidu, Dr. Rosina Foley, Dr. Yebua Isiama, and Chief Organizer Philip Jemfi, and the entire team. We'd like to say special thanks to all of you. At this point, we'll take our closing prayer, and that will be done by Mr. Abdul Rafiu Haruna, an alumnus of the Department of Political Science.
Thank you very much. We say a very big thank you to Almighty Allah for His presence, guidance, and protection right from the inception to the successful ending of this auspicious gathering of the Department of Political Science, the department which is responsible for the production of great men and women in this country. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله له الملك وله الحمد ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا ولرحمنا كما ربيانا صغيرا. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع الدعاء وتوب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا ولا تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا إنك جامع الناس ليوم لا ريب فيه لا يخلف الميعاد. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع الدعاء وتوب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم كما باركت على محمد وعلى آل محمد في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. God bless us all and make the Department of Political Science great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to end with the University of Ghana anthem, but I'll just pass this information quickly. Please, when the anthem is done, all guests on the high platform together with our ambassadors and all faculty should please move to the left side of the quadrangle for their refreshments, while students walk straight outside of the exit to the AA quadrangle for their refreshments. Thank you.
Proceed in truth and integrity to make our nation proud. Arise, 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 on. Proceed in truth and integrity to make our nation proud. We ask for strength and wisdom as we climb the hill of learning. May we excel whatever we do as we prepare to face the world with the mind ready at all times and the conscience free to feel. May we proceed in unity to uphold the public cause. Arise, 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 proceed in truth and integrity to make our nation proud. Arise, 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 proceed in truth and integrity to make our nation
Thank you so much, University of Ghana Jubilee Choir. We finally come to the end, and as I indicated, all guests should please move to the left side of the quadrangle through this exit for their refreshments, while students walk straight out of the main exit for theirs as well. It's been an honor hosting you. My name is David Kwe. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Please, we'll take some photographs. So, photographers, please come take photographs of our guests.